Hey everybody, Shadow Serpent here. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be your top 5 close range and your top 5 long range videos. We're going to put them all in loadouts. We're going to do that all in one video here today. So make sure you guys like and comment on the video. Let me know if you think that something is really good that I'm missing here. But everything that I am showing you is all stat and game tested based. So without further ado, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We got loadout videos like this, and I'll give you the very best loadout to put in any player's hands so that they can fry with them. And I will also give you guys fun little gameplays. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you guys know that I'm a plunder player. I like to get in there, have my loadout, and just play glorified team deathmatch. And it's the most fun that I have. And I'm sure you guys would rather watch someone have fun than watch someone struggle and all that fun stuff. So, that being said, make sure you guys subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's get into the top 5 close range loadouts first. This is in no particular order. I'm just going to go as I find them. So we get the Lockman Shroud. I do believe that the Lockman Shroud is probably one of the best. It's probably the I think the best overall SMG. The only problem is it's got a very slow movement speed. As you can see, it only 4.1 or 4.7 regular movement speed, and a 5.8 sprinting speed. Now you could speed that up um, by putting like the stockless mod on it or something like that, or maybe using the smaller barrel. But I think the grapple barrel is the best thing for it because um, it gets its damage range down to 13 meters of effective damage range where it kills really fast at 600 milliseconds. And the aim down sight speed isn't the most atrocious thing. 225 milliseconds is still pretty quick. And then it's got a good sprint to fire speed of just over 100. So I think that's one of the best ones. We have the Superi 46. Now the Superi, I was just messing around. This isn't the build that I'm actually using. We're going to be using I'm going to be trying to use a version like attack stance build. So we're going for straight up attack stance. But for the average player, this is the build that I would recommend. You get 13.7 meters of range, and you still have pretty good movement speed. Remember that you can sprint, and it's got really manageable recoil. It does take a little bit longer to kill at range because its damage drop-off is pretty harsh, but it's a very good weapon and it's very fast, probably one of the faster weapons in the game. So let's give you guys, this is the loadout that I would recommend. And then next up is going to be the SOG. The SOG is technically the fastest killing gun in the game, but there is a caveat to that, and that is you have to hit the chest and above for this gun to kill fast. If you have any stomach or leg shots, just one bullet to that region will drop the time to kill, where it'll still be competitive, about 660 milliseconds. But, the PPSH, the Superi, the Lockman Shroud, the C9, a lot of these guns are going to outgun the SOG if you miss any shots. So this is a very good gun, and it's fairly easy to use in that first damage range. Just if you start missing shots, the recoil has a chance to get all messed up. You see that? That's what you want to avoid. So you want to get your shots in, just like that, and then you'll be all set. But if that's not your cup of tea, it is on the list because it has a under 600 millisecond time to kill. But the PPSH is also a very good one. This is the build that I have being used. You have almost 700 bullet velocity, which is fantastic for an SMG, and you have just about 18 meters in that first damage range. So this thing is absolutely killer. I'd say this is probably the number one meta is the PPSH. Just because of that big damage range and the fact that it kills really fast. So that being said, this is the build that I would use for that. Next up is the Compact 92. So this is my 5 attachment build, and it does shoot pretty straight for just being 5 attachments. And it's going to kill really fast in that damage range. You'll notice when you shoot at people at longer ranges, you'll see it still kills pretty good. But you'll notice, you're definitely going to get outgunned. So Just make sure you take your gun fights where you should definitely be taking your gun fights. I'd say no more than 15 meters or something like that. The next best thing, let's see if I have it here. Probably going to be the C9. The C9 does have a pretty quick time to kill. It's got 650 millisecond time to kill, and this version, I have 17 meters in that first damage range. We have good strafe speed, and it's a very accurate weapon. So this is the 5 attachment build for the C9. And then I'd have to say that the Riveter is probably the best close range gun in the game. This thing shoots 3 pellets. They're much larger and they hit harder than the regular ones. You'll see people using Dragon Breath. Do not use Dragon Breath. The build that I'm going to show you, use it in tack stance like this. This guy's 10 meters, which is outside of the first damage range, and I'm still killing it faster than I would with an SMG. So in its first damage range, which is about here, you got about a 300 millisecond time to kill. So anything outside of that, I do believe. So the second damage range is 6.9 meters. So yeah, you're still going to kill faster, than any SMG. This thing is just absolutely disgusting. It's just really slow, which I feel like a lot of people have an issue with. So, you just kind of do with it what you will. So that'll be it for the close range meta. So let's take a look at the long range meta. I believe that as of right now, the number one long range meta is probably the aims. Now I don't have on me a thing, but you know what? We'll put it right here. We'll put it out there just so you guys can see it. So this is my build for the aims. We got the Willis 3X, which you can use that, or the Jason Armory. Either one is fine, or whatever optic you're most comfortable with. I will always forever pick the ported compensator over the normal compensator because the first few bullets that you hit are crucial, and this makes your first shot recoil basically none. And this gun is just super easy to control anyway. 750 RPM. This reminds me of the old Krig or the Kilo. And we got the long barrel to give us a 66 meter damage range, and then I'm rocking the overpressured rounds to give me over 1,000 bullet velocity. And you'll see, even with just the one attachment for recoil, look at this shit. It does not move. Like, that is crazy. And then PPSH, you know how to do. So that's going to be, the 5 attachment aims build. I do have an 8 attachment aims build, which we use the Ranger foregrip, Commando grip to get the sprint to fire speed down, as well as the slide to fire and all that stuff. Light stock for movement, and then the overpressured. So this one, this is just a really, really good gun. Definitely, in my opinion, the number one. Next, we have, and like I said, this is no particular order, the TAC 56. Now, this build specifically is the one that I would recommend. Get used to the iron sights. The iron sights are really clean, and this gun shoots really straight for an MW2 weapon. It has one of the fastest AR time to kills in the first damage range, which with this is just about 55 meters. I believe, yeah, just under 55 meters. And if you wanted to get over 55 meters, you could swap to, you could swap to a flash hider. Like, you're gonna show up on the mini map. It does have better control. But I believe, you get almost 57, so you get 2 extra meters of range. I don't think that's worth it, but that's completely up to you. But this has one of the fastest first damage range TTKs in the game, and you get about 55 meters of that. So that's what I recommend. However, if you guys don't want to use, if you guys don't want to do that, what I would recommend doing so you don't lose the bullet velocity is to just drop the bow breaker grip and put a sight on. Specific to glassless optic, and that way you don't lose any of the bullet velocity or the damage ranges, and it's still effective, and then you can see what you're shooting through your sight. So that would be my recommendation, but I still more recommend you just get used to the iron sights. Next up, the Model L would be the next best thing here. We have 71 meters of damage range, 1,000 bullet velocity, and a gun that just basically doesn't move. And it has a pretty good time to kill. It's pretty mediocre outside of its first damage range, but it has an 800 millisecond time to kill in its first damage range, which is pretty impressive, especially when you extend that out beyond 70 meters, which, as I've said in my other loadout videos, you should not be taking gunfights outside of 50 meters, 55 meters with an automatic weapon. It's not really good unless you're either cheating or just really nasty at the game. The average player should be 55 meters and under, in my opinion. Next is going to be the BAL 27. This thing has like an 850 millisecond TTK in its second damage range. So, its first damage range goes to about 40 meters, but its second one would reach out to that. And the iron sights are absolutely clean. And this thing just kills really, really fast. It's very, very good. I would recommend this build with the iron sights, but again, if you don't like the iron sights, drop the underbarrel and put a sight on it, and then you should be all good to go. So yeah, we have 41 meters of damage range in its first damage range. We have 900 bullet velocity, so you're definitely okay to shoot people out of the air with this thing. Very, very, very good. So the last on the list, if I have it out, it's going to be the Cypher. Now, I haven't leveled it up. I just got the Cypher, so we're going to be leveling it up today as I play. But this build, this gun is really good. With the reinforced barrel, you get almost 50 meters of that first damage range, which has a pretty decent time to kill. It just basically has no recoil. But once again, I'd recommend whatever sight you're comfortable with. Use the ported compensator. I will forever, tell you guys to do that. And then use the long barrel, so you can extend out the damage range. And then since this doesn't have basically any recoil, drop your underbarrel and then put on the overpressured ammo, which is what I'm actually going to do right now. So I got almost 1,200 bullet velocity with this, but it'll change once I get the long barrel. And then you're going to want to use your 60 round mag, and that I believe will be the best build for the Cypher 91. So that'll do it for the loadouts, guys. If you guys have any suggestions, or if you guys know any secret long-range meta or close-range metas, hit me up in the comments and let me know. I'll test them out in-game and see if you're right. And then I'll reply to your comment and let you know if, that's a good choice or if it's not a good choice. But I'll always heart you guys' comments because I love it when you guys interact with me. So make sure you guys leave me likes and comments so we can get these videos out to more people. But with that being said, that is your meta for Season 2 until they change things. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.